tenants and property owners speak out on ground rules for evictions. The City Council heard testimony this morning on a home rule petition that would define just cause for evictions and help tenants exercise their rights. Supporters of the Jim Brooks Stabilization Act say it will help many renters faced with displacement from rising property values. The measure would directly affect owners of at least 7 units, but opponents of the measure say it would also discourage other buyers.
There's a lot of people out there that doesn't have information and be screwed up by landlord. So it's really important that we know our rights in order to defend of ourselves.
Folks are getting these letters around rising rents and don't really know that they don't have to move right now, that they have the right to go in and negotiate with their landlord. They have the right to go to court and actually fight and defend themselves against unjust evictions.
The developer comes in and has had no connection to this building historically. You've got somebody who's been living there for 40 years, always paying their rent on time, always being a good tenant, and suddenly they have to be out on 30 days notice, just so that somebody can make a massive profit. It's completely unfair, and there are certain neighborhoods where this is happening en masse.
There are some protections that tenants have in order to mitigate or fight their displacement proceedings, but they don't know those rights. And the second component of it is not just being aware of them, but being aware of how to exercise them. And that's a lot of what Just Cause Eviction aims to do, right? It aims to ensure that tenants facing eviction are informed of their rights as they are facing eviction.
We do need additional protections for our tenants. There are far too many that are being displaced from their units and oftentimes displaced from Boston.
My taxes on 7 properties in Dorchester and North Dorchester have gone up between 8 and 20%. Fine, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the registration of the units so that from healthy reasons, they're clean for students, for tenants. I'm all for all that. However, you cannot tie my hands behind me after 25 years and tell me that I cannot justly increase the rent 5–10% depending on the market.
The problem with rent control is that small owners flee completely. So what's going to happen, and it's going to happen mega in Boston, is that big landlords will take over the properties of small landlords. They'll get them cheap because the owners have to get out, and their rental income is suffering because of various tactics that are allowed in this just cause eviction proposal.